broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey girl, what I want, I get it.
What? That's right.
That's my nightmare. The life you wish you had, the sugar, spice, and everything.
And it be like, what up, AfterBuzzers? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here in studio for the Bad Girls Club Season 14 Return to Sender. I'm joined in studio by Miss Kristen Kelly.
Hi, guys.
Shar Jossell.
Hi.
And she's back. Our boo bear, Julie Ofcharsky.
Shalom.
You know, we needed a nice read for this season, so we had to have Jules back.
Just letting you guys know, I'm vlogging for my YouTube channel, so I'm going to be like kind of filming a little bit during our thing. So if you see me with my camera, that's what I'm doing.
Well, in that case, I'm posting the selfie because I look cute.
Yay!
Yeah, you did. That was a good selfie.
Yeah, amazing.
Kristen wants to be Harriet the Spy so bad. All right, let's
I'm like,
talk
follow
about...
my YouTube channel. I'm so thirsty, it's unbelievable.
Just drunk, girl. All right, let's talk about it. Today was a great episode.
It was.
Very entertaining.
It was.
It took 5 episodes for it to finally turn some sort of stuff. Felt like it was like putting paprika on something. Like, it kind of tastes like something, but it really don't do too much.
You need a little cayenne.
You know what I'm saying?
A little cayenne.
So Kat, remember last week she hurt her hand from breaking the window.
Her hands, plural.
And Jayla's kind of in her ear, telling her, you know, it's kind of Lauren's fault. And then we get Sinead by her side, consoling her, which was interesting.
And sweet. But like,
it was sweet.
Like I said, you know, like last time and the time before, we don't know. Like, these girls could all be like kind of friends, but maybe they just aren't showing them, so. Yeah.
That was actually interesting that you did say that, because I think it was you guys I was talking about. I've seen an unedited version of Bad Girls before.
Oh, really?
Totally different shows. Yeah. And then you watch, what you watch on the edited version is not how the story even.
Well, if you think about it, you're getting how many episodes? 14.
Yep.
So you're getting 14 hours out of months of filming. That's less than a day.
These girls were only there for 2 months. That was what this is.
It was so bad.
Still,
right, 2
though,
months.
14 hours.
No, but I'm just saying, like, isn't that crazy?
They didn't
That's
get
like
a full filming
crazy.
schedule.
Yeah.
That's word on the street. That's what the streets are saying. They didn't get a full filming schedule.
Yeah, because
what the standard
really
seasons do.
I wonder why.
They said it gets really bad, but I'm pretty sure Atlanta had the most police come to the house. That was a pretty bad scene.
I wonder if they mean bad by like just boring.
Oh,
like
they could.
Like the viewers die watching.
Like production was just like.
The only thing with that scene of Sinead giving Kat that advice, I was just like, Kat, because Kat's like, you know, I'm just really thankful for her. I'm like, girl, like, let's remember, don't call people your best friends the day they do something nice for you.
You have
needs
to
to
always be on top of your
Yes,
shit.
and Kat is the most, I venture to say, the most emotionally unstable person in that house.
What was the song we were singing?
Hazard to Myself by Pink. That is Kat's. Every time I see Kat, I think...
Such a hazard to
Well, her girlfriend is
song, I
like
think.
fucking Satan. Like, if I had that person in my ear every day.
It works both ways, though, because Kat has been like that, too. They're just in a dysfunctional relationship, and they don't need to be together.
Yeah,
just
I feel you, girl.
watch.
I was in the dysfunction junction while I was on the shows as well.
Really?
I understand.
I don't have time for that.
They both just suck.
It's becoming irritating to watch.
Well, let's talk about it. So Lauren apologizes. Kat goes downstairs and calls her girlfriend, and she explains, like, in a joking way, like, ha ha ha, like, I hurt my hand, and she's like, well, how did you do that?
No, why?
Why?
She asked why. Remember, everything Kat said, Emily was like, why? Why? It was very patronizing.
I wonder if this is like girlfriend being like, what do you do now? Like, you do this all the time?
No, it sounded aggressive, did it not?
Yeah.
When she was
I mean, it did sound aggressive.
That's why I'm like,
It didn't sound like she was concerned. It sounded like it was, like I said, very kind of condescending.
Their tones with each other is just, like, not
I just
stable.
feel like you should just go on that show single.
Me
Like,
too.
Just you know what? Let's hit the pause button. I'm gonna
You know
go
what? It's interesting that you
go
say
bust
that.
a nut.
I did.
And I'll
I
be
did
back
that.
in a couple months.
Yeah, I did that.
I should have done
which
that.
is so weird for my season because I was the only one that didn't have sex with anyone. I was the only one that didn't kiss anybody. I was like, they were like, oh, Kristen's asexual because like I wasn't into anybody.
You were in a
But
relationship?
I had a boyfriend for 6 months that I broke up with. I got casted on Bad Girls, and he was my boyfriend. He like went with me to my audition and everything. And then when I had my final audition in LA, and I was like flying out here, like I said to him, I was like, I like really like you. We've only been together for 6 months. I'm about to, embark on an adventure that's different than anything, and I don't want anything to hold me back. So I'm sorry. And he was totally cool with it.
Well, that's like the normal thing that people should do.
And
just don't be in a relationship
we're
on this goddamn
we're
show.
still friends. Like it's like not really friends, but like when I go to Boston, like I'll say like hi to him. But he was totally cool with it because he was like, you know what, I understand.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said that.
It's
It's interesting that you said that, Julie, because I said that as well. Like a few episodes back on our after show, I said that she should have broke up with Emily, or Emily should have broke up with her in the name of all that is good and right. Because why would you? She's from Zion, Illinois. I don't know. It's like
Zion
girl, Zion, Illinois. Shout out to everyone from Zion watching. But she came to LA to live in LA for a few months. Why would you continue to? I don't know.
Just hang it up.
Hang it
especially
up.
when you're
Or put it on
referring to it
hold.
as a toxic relationship.
Right. If you can
This isn't going to help the
self-actualize
situation.
Right.
Yeah, even if you don't know if you're going to do anything. I mean, for me, I was like, I don't know if anything's going to happen, but I'm just going to break up. It's like she should have just done that. You're right.
Yeah. If you can self-actualize that your relationship is a load of crap, then you should be mature enough to.
Unless it's like you're engaged to this person or you're about to be engaged to this person, I don't think
Which
that
Bad Girls Club is not the
Why
show
are
for
you going on the fucking
If you're about to get married, I did say that would be really interesting to see someone who is about to like step into marriage,
I thought
and it's
that-
like, you know what, like I'm gonna do something crazy.
I thought Jenna.
Crazy.
Yeah, I thought Jenna had an engagement ring on.
No, she's just balling.
yes.
They didn't
Maybe
talk
that
about
would be
it.
some tea.
They
But
didn't
wait,
talk
so
about it.
Emily
Okay.
calls back, and Jasmine picks up the phone, and Jasmine, just being the Judy herself, says, oh my God, so you're bae. It's so funny because Kat just be talking bae. When we went to the strip club the other night.
Yeah, I was like, come on.
See,
You
my
just
thing
gave her
is,
ammo.
I don't
Blew
think
her shit up.
when I watched that, I was like, is Jasmine helping or is she hurting? Because I feel like Jasmine had sincere intentions.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
her intentions were good.
But she didn't know the real tea about that relationship. And she didn't know that she was adding, you know what I'm saying? That she was
Yeah.
adding, literally throwing gas on the
fire.
flames, yeah, so to speak. So
I feel like she did know. I mean, I don't know how her intentions were, but we don't know. I mean, maybe they've talked long and hard. I mean, they're friends. Maybe
That
they
is
talked
true.
about it. Maybe she said
and they
like,
both take friendship very seriously in the
because
house.
Maybe she just wants to get Kat's girlfriend and her upset like she did, so then Kat will,
Be
like
single and spiced
yeah, because she
up.
keeps talking about how
Oh.
she wants Kat to find a girl, which is like weird, but
Jasmine, how you doing?
True.
As Wendy would say.
More like, what you doing?
what you like it?
Emily calls back a third time and gets annoyed because Kat didn't call her the night before.
I'm over them.
I know I don't even.
Can we
care
not talk
them.
about them anymore?
We're done, actually, we are. Let's talk
I'm
about
over
the
them.
twins. Let's talk about the twins and something positive that they wanted to do, right? This
Yeah,
was
like,
so set.
production had nothing to do with that.
this because the twins care.
Yeah.
They
really
decided
wanted to go to an animal shelter.
Now, see, when I first heard this, I was thinking animal shelter as in
Dogs and cats, and you might
indoor
wash a dog.
rescue animal type thing.
When we went to the same one, that's what we assumed too. Mm-hmm. But it's cute.
and then you get there, and it's a farm, and I'm sure it was 100 and hell degrees in LA that day.
I was like, where's
And
Charlotte?
it's just all this like, whew, it was, and the twins were in their Prada sneakers,
Queens.
platform sneakers, and it's just like I would have been pissed because I hear animal shelter. I'm taking my rings and my jewelry off, but I don't know if I would, be in sweats.
I'm
and,
dead ass thinking I'm going to a kennel and might have to wash a dog
Exactly.
at the most.
Exactly.
Spray out some piss out of damn concrete, you know what I mean?
I mean, I've done that. I worked at a like a farm that we did that like all the time.
Yeah, but I don't do well with
worked at-
manure
you
and hay.
worked
I
at a
can't picture
farm?
you on a
Well,
farm.
I rode horses like my whole childhood, and then I
I see
I
that.
do a lot of stuff with like animals.
oh
But
yeah, you do like a lot of.
I love animals. But yeah, I mean, I've done that. I did, like, horses, it's the worst because their poop gets, like, their poop, like, is fine, but then their pee is, like, it can turn toxic. So you really have to get their pee. And then their pee kind of clumps. So if you don't get to the bottom and get their pee up, then it can make the entire like area like fester for them, and then they can get it into their like they can get sores, and it can like kill repulsive. It can kill them. So you have to like really do a great job.
How much water do you have to drink for your pee not to be toxic?
I mean, damn it! Look at you coming to Bad Girls Club. We teaching you a whole bunch of life lessons. Read a rainbow.
Thank you, Kristen. You know. I never knew that.
Dude, and there's one in Burbank. I used to get up at 6 a.m. and I used to volunteer.
Oh, wow, that is dedication.
Look at philanthropic Kristen Kelly.
I like
the twins would have a lot more in common than we think.
I like them. They like animals. I don't know.
Jayla shaves Tina's hair by referencing that the horse tail was like Tina's hair.
And always adopt from kill shelters. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Which
everybody.
This is what they went to, is a no. Oh no, this was a no.
This is a no-kill shelter.
One.
But if you want to adopt, go to look for kill shelters, and also petfinder.com is a great organization.
That's where I got both of my children.
That's awesome. Yeah, petfinder.com. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you can find lots of animals, lots of cats, horses, like lots of different animals. Okay, sorry.
All right. Well, let's speak about.
Sorry, guys. I'm like having a PSA over here.
So, Kristen and Julie, tell us what this tea is. Like, what is it like? You're sitting in the house and you see coming soon. The picture's halfway up. You know there's going to be a picture there. What is that feeling like? Do you automatically want to hate the person? Do you want to like the person? What thoughts are going through your head? Because it just confuses me how it's like as soon as it says coming soon, everyone's like, oh, I'm not going to like her. She's going to be there's a million girls signing up for Bad Girls Club. Chances are is she's probably going to have bitchy attitude, but what are the thoughts?
For me personally, I think that it depends on what the dynamic is in the house. If you notice, because Jayla and the twins are kind of like on top of their game right now, they weren't feeling the new girl. Because the new girl, they like the vibe. The vibe right now is in their favor. So of course they're not going to be feeling the new girl. Whereas the girls that are not doing so well at the moment are like anxious and excited for the new girl because they're like, okay, like this could switch it up and like change the dynamic in our favor. So I think it just depends on where you're at in the house.
Were there ever talks of teams? Like, did you guys reference? I don't ever remember on Bad Girls Club them referencing themselves as teams.
Which is so annoying.
Like, it was always like the pretty girls versus the ugly girls. Like, they would make up like things like that.
It was like unofficial teams, but this one, they're like real deal. We want her on our team, which is annoying.
It's so annoying. Anyone, have you ever? No?
I feel like I've heard that before.
Really?
Yeah.
Like on like All-Star Battle where there were teams.
Yeah.
I feel like they use different words, like different adjectives. I've heard on our side, which is totally different than our team. But I've heard that we want her on our side. I've heard that in Bad Girls Club.
Who you're grouped with, kind of. I know for my season, I was really good friends with Kat and Morgan, and then Morgan left, and then it was like kind of me and Kat. But I was friends with, but I was like really cool with everybody because like I just have that kind of personality. Like I'm not gonna
still talk to Morgan.
You know, kind of shady, and I'll say it here. But I really liked Morgan when Morgan and I were in the house together. I was really nice to her. I was actually the only one that was nice to her. I went with her when they like had essentially kicked her out, and production was so rude. Like production took all of her stuff and put it on the street, and I was the one who like she was crying, she was crazy, and at the time I didn't think she really had a place to live, and I didn't really think she had money, but I didn't want to say that to her or to anyone else, but I kind of thought that. And she was like crying so hysterically, and production was like screaming at her. They were like, oh, well, don't you have a big place to go to? You live in Miami. And I could like really tell, and I was like, do you need me to pay for your hotel room? Like, do you need money? Like, and I was totally like, I didn't even know her, and I was going to give her money because I felt so bad. And production ended up paying for her hotel, and they ended up, like, she actually stayed at a hotel for, like, a few weeks. But I was so nice to her, and I went out of my way to be sweet to that girl. And then she moved here, and I ran into her really randomly.
Wait, recently?
Yes. I ran into her.
She was working at, what's her name's bar from Mob Wives? Angie?
Yeah, but now she lives in LA now. But I ran into her twice, and it was really weird because I was like, oh my God, that's so crazy you're living here. Like, we have to hang out. And she was so shady towards me.
What?
She was so shady that it like really hurt my feelings. So I was like, oh my God, we have to hang out. And then she was like, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh, give me your number. And she's like, oh, I don't have a phone. And like her friend kind of looked at her friend, and her laughed. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it was nice seeing you.
That was where you were supposed to insert shade there, Kristen.
Dude,
like,
it was so weird. I was like, oh, okay, like, bye, like, see you on Instagram, Morgan. So, I mean, I'm sorry, that was like a super long story, but it was just, so I would have said it, like, oh, yeah, like, I'll, we're nice to each other, but no, I mean, that was
the
just...
shade.
Dude, it was so weird, because she was like, oh, I don't have a phone, and, like, she was, like, with a friend and kind of laughed, and I was like...
And girl, you were bar backing in Brooklyn.
There's like a tear rolling down my face. I'm like, okay, bye, guys.
That never feels good when you feel like you've established a connection with someone and they turn out to be a trash person.
Dude, I was so nice to her. I even did an appearance. Like I got her some money. Like I did a few appearances and like they were like, oh, do you have another bad girl? And I was like, oh yeah, I have my friend Morgan. Like I mean, I don't know. Maybe I took that the wrong way, but then yeah, dude, I don't know. It's just. Just saying that, oh, but sorry, that like story went like crazy, but yeah, so like we were friends, but then like you're friends with really everybody, but they don't really show you being friends with everybody, so I don't know if it's really like a team thing, it's more of it's, in the real world, like you're not going to eat dinner with all 7 of your, roommates, you're not going to like hang out with all 7 of your roommates, you're going to pick out the people that you have the most in common with, or personalities vibe the most.
That is absolutely true.
So the twins pull the new girl's picture, and off the bat, they don't like her because she looks dirty, and then they asked if trolls can live inside the house.
Well, in their defense, that was the most unflattering bad girl's picture I think I've ever seen.
Is that in their defense or in her defense? The fact that they're shading her based off a picture where she's like...
In both of their defense. Because it was an unflattering picture, so I could see why they said, well, not the dirty part, but the troll part. But in her defense as well, because it just was a horrible picture.
But after seeing her, didn't you think her body looked a lot better in the picture?
I did. Yeah, I didn't really pay attention to her body. I was too distracted.
They do things with those pictures.
I think that in defense, that I looked obese on the show, and you guys know me in real life, and I'm not, nor was I ever. True. So I think that sometimes.
Well, you know what I did.
It's unflattering.
That's all TV because I looked.
Some people just look bigger on the show.
That is true, and some people TV does add 10 pounds. But off camera, I was telling you, Julie, because this is our first time meeting, and I said I clocked her face when I first walked in the studio. I asked her where do I know you from, and so when she said, I'm like, oh yeah, but the hair color was different, and when she was on the season, I told her
I was heavier, but I looked like even bigger on TV.
Yeah, because when I first met you right off this season, you were...
And you saw me naked the first time you met me, and I was not obese.
That's your second time. Let's not jump into that.
Oh, okay.
When I would do appearances, that was like the first thing a lot of people would say to me is they would be like, oh my god, you look so much bigger. Yeah. Or like to this day, people
I never
still like...
looked at you like that, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I always thought that you were tiny.
People, that was like the first thing everybody says.
It comes with TV. I saw Kim Kardashian in person, and I was like, wow, she's really tiny. Yeah. I saw Beyonce in person.
Beyonce's really tiny.
Beyonce is super tiny.
People be like, oh, she's so thick and curvy. I'm like, where?
She's curvy, but she is really tiny. She looks 16.
She's so beautiful. I can't even. She's so gorgeous.
Jenna is 22 from Albany, New York. She's a hairdresser. 22.
She's 20.
Hairdresser, makeup artist. We find out that that she has smeared shit on her ex's car. That takes a really special person to do something.
That takes a
I've peed on a car. Never shit on a car.
So did she like poop in her hands?
Two different things.
Kind of same.
She said smeared.
Did she just poop in her hands?
She said smeared. So to me,
unless you were like shitting on the car and like.
Oh, either way, like there was something happening with shit being like moved around. Like it wasn't just like she took the shit and like let it go. Like she smeared the shit.
And honestly, Jenna's so buck that I believe she probably was just like, fuck this motherfucker.
I mean, I get it.
She writes her name.
There, but like never shit.
No.
You know, I was too distracted because Jenna looks like a hybrid of Snooki and season 1 Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe. Yep. She literally looks like a hybrid of them. And I thought, before we had to rewind and see where she was from, I automatically assumed Jersey because she has that gaudiness to her.
She's from New York, so close.
But she's from Albany.
No, that ain't close, honey. She almost Canada.
That's Albany. I just automatically assumed someplace in Jersey, Newark, Ocean Township, Jersey Shore.
Nope. She does give off a Jersey vibe.
Because she's so gaudy.
Very much in Newark.
I was like, where's the leopard print and the extreme French tip?
Jesus Christ. Jersey Shore ruined leopard print.
But it's so funny.
Leopard
Nobody
print,
talks about the Jersey
how
Shore
you wear
anymore.
it though, because I still do leopard print a little
Me
bit
too.
here and there.
But it's like you can't do it like you used to be able to do it.
Yeah, I agree. You have to. It has to be a very certain.
It looks cheesy.
pattern
It
of
can
what
be
leopard
right.
print,
It can be. It can come
certain
across as
color,
cheesy.
And you
certain
can't have dark
fabric.
hair and do it. If you have dark hair and you do leopard,
It's done.
Snooki.
You're Snooki.
Or the Kardashians. You know, they were.
Oh, yep.
They were they were very into leopard.
Leopard,
for a
those
while.
body band-aid dresses.
I didn't know that.
Are you kidding me? Yes.
Yes,
All right.
honey.
So she walks in. She says that she's been bullied before. She's bullied people. She's fought 1,000,000 times. And the twins.
Her mom called her a down to ride. Didn't she? Her mom say she ride or die chick.
Yep.
And that's when I
She used
clocked
the word
out.
bitch. She said right or type bitch.
She did.
The
Yes.
twins read her fake bag and
face.
fake hair for filth.
She has a replica bag,
okay.
and they said that they could see her tracks, which we all know. Anybody who wears weave, I don't know if you girls are weave wearers.
I'm not right now.
But I obviously am.
I'll never tell.
And if your track is visible, oh well, you know I only got one thin track in the back. This is all me. But if your track is if your track is visual, that's just so taboo.
Yeah.
It happens though.
It does happen, but not on your first impression of like walking
and
into the bad girl
also,
salon.
like, okay, you're gonna walk in with a fake, like you're setting yourself up for
Yeah.
You
failure
are.
with the fake bag on
But
the
she
first
probably didn't think
day.
anyone would clock because the
I don't
twins.
think anyone would clock. You're gonna be on national television with a fake bag.
First of all,
That's
the
what I'm saying.
trolls are gonna clock.
That's what I'm saying. The viewers might clock, but she probably wasn't expecting any of the housemates to because the
doesn't
twins are very
matter, like-
uppity, she frou frou. So with them clocking that, she probably was mortified. I'm sure I was mortified watching it, but I don't wear
Jenna
replica
don't
bags.
come. Honestly, Jenna probably does not care. She
I
seemed
don't
like
know.
the
I don't
type of
think
girl
she
that's
does.
like, yeah, it is. I bought it down at Canal Street. Bitch.
Yeah. And I'll still be
Now do you want
trash.
to Now do you want to say something? So we get to the club night, which the club apparently was whack. And as they're leaving, the twins are waving bye to the peasants. And in the ride, now I don't understand why they took such offense to Jenna saying that the clubs were whack. She was like,
She just asked, "Is this like where
you
y'all
guys-
normally hang?" No, this is where you could get into. Like
They
the twins,
took it very personally,
They were very
like
defensive.
weirdly, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Very
what is
defensive.
happening
I
with
was
this?
like, no, we all were here.
I didn't say it was a crappy crowd. I just said that it was
clearly
whack.
made them go there, so it's fine.
Right. I just
the twins are like, we own stock in that club.
Right.
Right.
they took it too far, and I felt like they were doing too much in the limo.
I agree. And then it started. Hey.
Sorry, that was my phone. It's Shar from Clueless.
So they start yelling at her, and then Jenna kind of shuts them down, and I
calls them
kind of a fan.
bootleg Victor twins. Oh my gosh, that was a killer line. And
Now-
then when they cut to the B-roll of the Victor twins talking about their Chipotle after they got jumped, I was like,
I love that everyone in the limo did a because that was a really funny reference, because obviously everyone watching
And the
has
way she said it.
gone back to the Victor twins watching this season, because I think I was saying to somebody off or we've talked about it, is that when the twins were on, the Victor twins were on, they separated them. It was Gabby and Danny. Whereas this one, they literally have them on one-on-one on the scenes talking about, we are her. Wait, what?
first
they're
of
the
all,
same
they
person.
said, I wrote
She
this
is
down
we.
because I couldn't wait to say it. Who are you? Who are we? We are that bitch. Shoulder tap. That's my highlight of this episode. No,
love
do it
that.
like this. Do it like this. Who are you? Who are we? We are that bitch. Okay.
I loved that.
Who are you? Like that was. It was.
That was so cute.
Okay, so my gripe with
that
this,
bitch.
and obviously we all know that I have my own feelings towards Danielle and Gabby because we've had our own history. However, I think it's really corny when new bad girls talk about old bad girls, like
reference
they're
them?
irrelevant or
Well, they were
it's like
not reference. I think it was more how the new twins were like how they were shading the fuck out of the Victor twins. Basically.
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, like the four of you could like do something really cute together. So like, why do you feel the need to like throw out all this?
Because they said the Victor twins were runovers,
Like,
and we're not that. That's what they said.
That's like really corny to me, and I like the new twins. And like I said, I'm not like you know how I feel about that situation. But it's just like, it as a general rule, like any time I've talked about like an old bad girl, it's been because like I've personally had like experiences like living with them and been like, fuck this bitch. But like, you don't even fucking know these girls. Like, who are you? Like, they were on the show years before you. Like, stop.
And I would love to really see these twins be separated and put in a situation.
That's why I keep saying I hope one of them goes home.
They're so cute.
But if one goes home, it would have to take like an all-star battle where like Danny had to go on it by herself. Because if one girl goes home, I don't see the other one.
If one goes home with fighting, can the other like elect to go home?
You can always elect to go home.
Oh, I mean,
just like
feel
Tina.
like
saw Tina.
It seems like they
would.
very.
They would. I think that they would. If one went home, the other one would be
Did
like,
they ever
well,
argue or fight?
Nope.
No.
See, that was like the one thing with Danny and Gabby is that it was hilarious when like.
But it made it real. It made them real as sisters. Like honestly, I really every time I write something down, unless it has their name under it, I have to write
the twin.
The twin comes down.
Even when Jenna referenced what happened in the car, she said one of them. Yep. Jenna didn't even. Well, in her defense, she is new, but she didn't even know if it was Shannon or Sinead.
Yeah.
That did the do.
Well, also, like, Gabby and Danny, they had, like, kind of different looks, right? Like, they would do their hair and makeup a little different.
These girls are identical.
Yeah.
But
which one? Gabby had the nose piercing?
Danny had her lip pierced, I think,
That's what
in
it
the show.
was.
Yeah. I kind of like that they dress
alike. Oh my god, I love it.
So
if I had a twin, I would demand that my twin and I dress alike.
Up until a certain age, though, wouldn't you think? And then it's like, okay,
my sister stopped dressing alike.
I think it's kind of fun
at
and
like
cute.
12. I want to say.
Yeah, but
and
like,
that's when my mom was still in charge of them.
Like,
me and Kristen are going to start
my mom was still in
alike.
charge of them, of course, at 12. And throughout their teenage years, but it was like for holidays. Like, these Easter dresses. Y'all wearing these Easter dresses.
Well, Julie and
Y'all wearing these Christmas dresses.
Julie and I are going to Dr. Miami, and we're going to get some plastic surgery to look like each other. So then we're going to be the next twins.
hey, Dr. Miami.
Okay, then
So
Jesse and I will do. I mean, we'll obviously be fraternal, but.
But you guys are going to start dressing alike.
Let's do it next week.
We're gonna try our damnedest.
Here we come. Shar, you're gonna come sit on my
gracious.
side of the table.
Fine.
All right. So what happened with this? So they start arguing back and forth, and then one of the twins gets up in Jenna's face,
And Jenna wasn't having it.
Jenna was not having none of it.
She was not having any part.
She
said,
won me
"Look,
over
sweetie,
with this.
Yeah.
let me put my cup down so I don't spill nothing." Then the twin hits the water out of her.
No,
hand.
Jayla. Remember Jayla jumped up. No,
One of the
water
twin
was-
knocks out first, and then Jayla jumps up, and Jenna's looking at Jayla like,
Sweetheart, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Baby girl, this ain't got nothing to do with
And
you.
what irritated me is that you can clearly see one of the twins reach over, knock the bottle off, and it wets Jayla because Jayla was putting herself in the middle of a situation, which don't get mad at nobody in the situation when you are inserting yourself in it. That's what I don't understand.
I felt like she was trying to diffuse the situation.
Then you grab your friend. This is what I'm always want to say with
That
the fight.
is- I didn't think
grab
about
your
that.
friend if you want to diffuse the situation.
I didn't think about
Don't go
that.
after somebody you don't know.
Because
or
it's
that
like you
don't
were
fuck with.
supporting your friend, but what made me so mad about this is because, like you just said, Jayla jumped in something that had nothing to do with her. You are not. It is not. What's their last name? What's the twins' last name?
Victor.
No.
No.
The new twins.
Claremont.
You are not a Claremont triplet, okay? And then on top of that, I know we haven't really gotten to it yet, but when she ended up having her conversation with Jenna, she said, I wrote it down, quoted, bottle of water came from behind me.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. You were face to face with Jenna. So if the bottle of water came from behind you, what are we even fighting for? You think I threw the bottle, but you just said out of your own mouth that the bottle of water came from behind you. I was over it.
Yeah.
I was over it.
I mean, she doesn't want to get mad at her friend. She wants to get mad at the new girl.
Because, and especially in that moment where she's already heated, she doesn't want to look stupid. You look stupid. And Jayla, I was rooting for you. All right, so they get into that fight. They get back to the house.
And Jayla and Lauren, hate to interrupt you, but Jayla and Lauren are getting along. That's something that I know.
Yeah, well, we noticed it after when Lauren speaks on it, but there was a scene where
they
were at the computer and Lauren looked over and she said something about her family or something like that, but she referenced it to Jayla, and I was just like, whoa. Did y'all make gingerbread houses or something?
We missed that.
So we get back to the house. Jayla locks Jenna out of the house.
And then Jenna fucking Steven Seagal's the fucking door open. I was like, well, damn, okay.
Honey,
Sis
Cat
kicked
couldn't
that
even
door.
do that. It took Cat a couple of hits.
Sis kicked that door like it wasn't nothing.
Yes.
All the horsepower, all of that Kardashian
Yeah,
leg
J-Lo
muscle.
was not expecting that. You
No.
could tell she was like, oh, okay.
And you should
While
have
she's
been a little
making her
shaking right there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, Jazz was making the cupcakes.
No, Jayla was.
J-Lo was making the
Jayla was
cupcakes.
making. Jasmine saved the
Saved the
cupcake.
cupcake.
Jayla has the hottest body. I would like to know how that bitch is eating cupcakes and looks that damn good.
Queen.
She looks
Jayla's everything. Her
so
hair
good.
laid, makeup always
Oh,
done.
the
Oh my
beginning of this
God.
episode with the red lip, I was like, I live.
I fangirl over Jayla too.
She's
You all know that.
beautiful.
You've been watching since episode 1.
She is beautiful.
I've been Team Jayla until I'm gonna let Jesse lead this, but you know, there's something that came up that I was kind of like,
Jayla, she kicks the door in, and Jayla is trying to find some sort of defense mechanism to prove as to the point why she locked Jenna out the house. And so she's rah-rahing in her face, Jenna tells her that she needs to watch her mouth.
and got real in
that was
Jayla's
like
personal
so
space.
fucking like she was like
Now, see,
Scarface gangster.
She did get in her
fucking
personal space, but
movie.
my thing is, I'm noticing this. Jayla speaks with her hands, and it is right up in your face, and it is like, who was that?
I don't like
from Real
hands.
Housewives, Cynthia, and it was one of those things where if you start speaking to me and you start poking your hands in my face, you're gonna get that hand snatched back.
I think Tammy Roman, some basketball wives, had said it's something very disrespectful about, like, if you speak to me in a confrontational
From here to
state,
here?
no, we can even be
You
as
can do
close
sign
as
language,
we
whatever
can
you
even
want.
be as close as we are, but you can keep your hands like this.
Right.
It'd be like, first
Something
of all,
about the hands in the
but it's
face.
something about first of all, like that doesn't that's an invasion of personal space. But
Yeah.
you're allowed to get in people's personal space as long as you keep your hands to
Yeah,
yourself,
but
right?
Jenna got right up in her
Ear.
ear
It was like,
and was
watch
like,
your mouth.
watch your fucking mouth. And I was like, oh,
Oh, all she needed to do is just
Girl.
lick her ear. That would have been everything. Watch your mouth.
oh my god.
You know what? I would have excused
Cat would have just
myself.
been sitting in the corner like,
Just fingering her.
Oh my god!
So, okay.
Cat would've loved
and then we get J-Lo with the, I'm a slide in your ass. And Jenna said, wait, wasn't this what she
what
said?
is that? Really?
No, she said
I'm
no.
gonna
She
slide in
she
your
didn't.
ass?
She didn't say that. I was just
So-
inhaling to correct you.
Wow, this
it?
is very sexual.
Jenna said that she's gonna slide Jayla.
What does that mean?
That means that's implying a punch.
Oh,
It's
that's
That's what
straight-
I figured. I sort of put two and two together there.
like he's like, if you get punched, they're gonna be like, damn, they slid your ass. Like
they were gonna have an electric
Straight
slide
talk.
dance
But I think
off.
J-Lo said
Oh my
that.
god, they're dancing.
Because
Okay,
that sounds
cool.
more like Jayla's lingo than I can't see Jenna
Well, you
being
know,
like,
Jenna
I'm a
is from
slide
the
in your
hood.
ass. Jenna is from Albany, New York.
Jenna said she's from the hood.
She did say
Jenna.
she was a little hood. That was the little.
That's what she said. Thank you. Don't
Has
jump down my
anyone
throat.
driven down through Albany?
Anyway, somebody ended up getting slid, but the way that they edited it, we couldn't
You
tell.
couldn't fucking see anything.
That was
and
fucking
then, oh, well, I don't know. Or am I getting ahead of myself
Well, then
here?
the
how they edit
Patron
everything.
situation.
Since
this
when
is where
do they
I'm-
edit things like that?
This whole season, right?
No, honestly, they did start Chicago. I want to say they started cutting they started
is
putting
the
all those
fucking point of the
Instagram
damn
filters over the
show?
fights.
Miss Laura,
They
Dr.
don't-
Laura.
They don't want to make it like so violent because
That's
like
why people watch the fucking show. That's why the ratings are fucking down.
dude, this whole episode, not episode, this whole season, like even
This is the first fight, right?
No, we remember when they were in.
No.
Oh no,
Big fight,
Jayla
though,
and
but-
Laura. This is the first
little
noteworthy
fight. What was
fight.
the one where they were? It was the twins or one of the twins, and they were in the car or they were in the limo.
That was with
No, they
not
showed
not
that
this
fight.
one.
With the Victor twins? They
No,
showed
no,
that
no,
fight.
like last episode.
We're talking about the twins when they got into it with Lauren.
Yes, yeah.
Or was
And-
it Jasmine?
Yeah, Jasmine, and they kind of like they didn't really show it. You remember? It kind of they were
Somebody
just, like,
got hit.
They were like
Remember one-
yeah, there were like layers
And
and
they put
layers
like
of
8
filters.
and everybody's
But
like
this
the
one was
cameras.
the
like, what
weirdest one of all.
happened?
This they ended
sorry,
it like it looked
Russian.
like it was a preview for what was about to happen after the commercial
yeah,
break.
and then it just went to, and I was like, what the fuck?
Then it came
My
back and they showed us, and it was like,
But
you blink, you
my
miss it.
Whole thing is like, of course, because the production had to step in and be like, oh, it's too much today.
You guys have fought 3 times today.
Okay, of course they fought 3 times because every time they came at each other, you guys were like, you guys didn't let them get it out. Just let them fucking
was
beat the shit
annoying.
out of each other, move on with their goddamn day. The viewer is happy. Everyone is happy. Like, you need to let people fight. Like,
they should really make that like a rule. Like, hey, if you guys want to fight, they should just have like a boxing ring outside.
That's actually a really genius idea.
Or at least if there is a big
Put
fight,
some
they have
gloves
to
on,
have
bitches.
a conversation. There has to be a discussion at the end of the night, like a positive discussion. Or
You know, I wouldn't watch. But what I will say is...
we don't have to record that part of it.
What I will say is, just to pick up where you kind of left off, that's another thing that pissed me off about Jayla. Here she goes, yet again, touching something that isn't hers with the Patron. And I'm glad that she poured it in a bottle and didn't pour... Well, actually, no, I wish she would have poured it out. That would have been more bad girl than to
Like,
store it in a bottle.
Yeah, it was like my mom, like, taking, like, the cereal out of the cardboard box and, like, putting it in
If you're
the
going to do it, commit to it. If you're going to fill my
It
Patron...
was still $1.89, Mom.
Right. If you're going to fill my Patron bottle with water, I need you to commit to it. Don't store it in a... You know, if you're going to pour it out, pour it out.
Or just drink it.
I had thought
Yeah,
that she
but-
poured it into her purse. I don't know if I like blinked to look at my phone or
I'm
what.
glad Jayla did not touch her purse. Like that.
Didn't
my
you think she was
eyes
doing that?
instantly when she looked down at that, I was like,
I'm sure
okay,
production
touch
was
the bed,
probably
touch the clothes. But I just feel like I'm not a girl, but like I just feel like y'all have this thing like.
I thought she was going to do that.
Go
I don't
to
even
the
ask people to
purses.
watch
Yeah,
my
100%.
purse. I take my purse with me everywhere I go, but I just didn't like that because when Jayla, I know it's going to happen. As soon as some of Jayla's personal belongings get touched, she's going to go. I just see, and
She's
then
going
I'm-
to set fire to the
And like I
fucking
said,
rain,
I'm
is
just
what
going to be
she's
sitting back, like, well, girlfriend.
You started it.
Okay, so prediction.
Twice.
I do not think that
Wait.
anybody's going to touch. No, I'm just saying, just for this part, I do not think anyone's going to touch her stuff.
Oh.
Like, I do not think that.
Have you
I
seen
don't
this episode with
you
Jenna?
have, because I feel like the girls don't have the balls. But I mean,
Well, aren't we getting more
I've seen a
replacements? You know, the
preview.
fans have
Apparently,
spoiled some
there's
things for
3
me.
more replacements. There's 4 replacements. In
You know, the
total.
fans talk too much.
All right, so
I love y'all.
You guys don't
though.
watch any of the previews? I don't even watch
No.
the damn show, and I know.
I don't want to because they tell us so much stuff. I can't even go on Twitter
We get tagged in
sometimes.
so much stuff.
Yeah, that's-
I don't
No.
like to know anything at all.
well, I have tea if you
How'd you
want.
guys feel about Jayla giving the tequila back though and apologizing, saying she's not a petty bitch?
I feel
a
like
petty bitch by nature.
I feel like either go big or go home. Like, if you're gonna take the time out of your fucking day to do something like that, then just do it.
And then don't wait for the twins to come home talking about she didn't want none today. Like,
I had to set that
she
bitch
did.
straight.
She did want all of that.
Sweetheart, Jenna
Kicked
was
in
here
the
for
fucking
it.
door.
Jenna got your ass right together, Jayla.
So
She got your ass right together.
now the twins feel Jazz is fake. They ask Jazz what she said to the other girls.
Oh wait,
How'd y'all
before
feel
that,
about
not the cupcakes.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to shout out Jasmine for that because I was cracking up. I said, "That's me. That's me in the house.
Cupcakes.
Save the cupcakes.
Save the food.
Hold on, yeah.
Yes.
These, and I bet it was smelling good too. Save the
Right?
cupcakes.
And then the last part before we get into predictions is Lauren and Jazz are talking and they say that they want the twins out of the house. Lauren makes this statement where she says that
Her and Jayla are getting along.
cool, and she feels like that Jayla will be in on wanting the twins out. And I'm just like, where did you get that from?
That would be such an awesome plot twist.
It would be.
Oh my
On
gosh.
Jayla's behalf, Jayla would run the whole show.
I
If
can't have
Jayla
the
flipped
twins
on the
go.
twins and got
That
the
would
twins
be a
out,
Julie move.
It would. That'd be master manipulated.
I've never seen your season. I still have to see it.
Don't watch it. I'm evil.
But it's a smart evil. It's not a. It didn't look like you were flying by the seat of your pants. It looked like it was
No,
very
I was very
calculated.
strategic.
She wanted to prove
And it was
how dumb
entertaining.
bitches can be. On that note, let's head into predictions. Oh, I hate when Bad Girls does this shit. There's a ghost in the house.
They do it every season.
The only one that was funny was with Julie. That one season where she was legit afraid and like people were scared to be in the room with her because she wanted them to sleep in the room with her. And she's-
Julie?
You remember? And she freaked out. They were on vacation somewhere.
Oh no, Christina! Christina
Christina,
flipped the fuck
that's who it
out
was.
about the ghost and then punched.
Wait, they teased and said there was a ghost in the house.
Yeah, and they do like the tarot cards, and then Jayla's like, "It ain't no bad spirits. It's some of these dumb bitches' energy up in here."
Oh, see, I must have been crunching on a snack. Seriously, I missed
did
that
too.
part of next
We're
week
eating
on
our
Bad Girls
popcorn.
Club.
We're eating our
Right.
popcorn.
And then we're gonna get life coach lady back.
Julie's fave.
And then Jazz is gonna have her man apparently coming to town.
No, it's not her man that came in town. It's the man that she met at the club. Not the promoter, but the guy. I guess she met someone tonight at whatever club they went to.
I'm so glad she did not bring back and fuck the Stir Lounge's club promoter.
No, it's a guy.
Do you know Stir Lounge? Oh my god!
No, I know what it is. Yes. I'm saying no, like no.
It would be
a guy that she met at Addict.
Outside of the show, just period.
Just like in life. Oh.
No shade.
Dude, to like, no, shade. Any promoter, for all you young people out there that don't know.
Stay away from club promoters. Sorry, all my friends are promoters, but I'm not fucking any of you.
Well, do not.
Never mind, I'm going to save that comment for off camera.
Do not try to sleep with them.
And then Jazz is crying, talking about, I'm sorry, Daddy.
I felt
Do you
like...
think that that's what it was about?
I hope that she's thinking about who did I just fuck on national camera. And
they made it real dramatic, though. I feel like if it was about that, they would have made it more like lighthearted and funny.
Or are they doing it like that because they want us to think it's bigger, and then next week we're going to be like, really?
Like she's overreacting or something.
Yeah, because we saw how she cried over, what's it called? With the washer and
I was going to say, there's so many different instances.
I'd love to see
her
and Judy
cried.
together. Her and Judy, I feel like would be... I feel like they should put them together. You know, like the cast
they would hate each other.
But you know, like the cast kind of like similar people each like year. I feel like that'd be fun.
They have too much in common, especially being from the same city.
But Judy is Judy. She's just off the. Judy's talking to plants and fucking doing
dolls.
I feel like
Judy's on a whole other level.
Judy's magical.
Yeah, like they'd be fun together.
Jazz doesn't give me magic.
Jasmine a little bit more grounded.
Yeah,
on planet Earth.
Judy is more like made for TV.
Lisa Frank, unicorns,
just off the walls. Like she's
Lisa
amazing.
All right. On that note, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit us up also on iTunes. Subscribe to us. Leave us 5 stars and a comment below. You guys can tweet me at DJ Jesse J.
So you can find me everywhere at Kristen Kelly TV. Also, I'm going to be putting a vlog up on my YouTube channel. I'm going to comment under this so that you guys can follow my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Love you guys.
You can find me at sharsaysso.com or at sharsaysso on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
You can find me at Julie Ofcharsky on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
And that's her real last name. I didn't believe it.
It is. It's not a stage name. I'm not.
Why did you think it was fabricated?
Because I thought it was Ofcharsky, like in Old English. You'd be like, oh, I'm Kristen of Manchester.
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
It's my real name.
I was like, when I first heard it.
Ofcharsky.
When I first heard it, I was like, that is such. Yeah, I was like, that's such an inventive name.
Well, we're going to discuss that after. But Julie, thank you for stopping by, giving us your.
Yes, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Until next week, guys. Same time, same place.
Stephanie will be back.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Oops.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.